I don't know, there is not a rule, so I think most important is to stay with a good mentality and right attitude on court. And of course, the stages are getting bigger, more important, as we know, and there is more attention on every detail. So we try to prepare each match as the most important, and then we see, trying to control whatever we can control, and then the rest, trying to solve the problem.
Money.
To the quarterfinals. And here's what makes this genuinely heartbreaking if you've followed Hurkacz's career. This wasn't some random injury out of nowhere. 2 years ago, on this very same tournament, Hurkacz suffered a serious knee injury that derailed months of his career and still, to this day, keeps him from playing a truly full and healthy schedule. Just when it looked like he was finally rediscovering his best form, right when the momentum seemed to be turning back in his favor, his body betrayed him again. This time, thankfully, early signs suggest the injury isn't as severe as before, but you can only imagine the frustration of a player who keeps getting so close to full health, only to be pulled back down again and again. So, where does that leave us heading into the quarterfinals? Sinner now finds himself in a genuinely fascinating position. Thanks to the sheer number of upsets rattling through this year's draw, he could realistically reach the Wimbledon semifinals without facing a single-seeded player along the way. Think about how rare that actually is at this stage of a Grand Slam. Normally, by the quarterfinals, you're bumping shoulders with top 20 players, former champions, guys who've been battle-tested at every previous round. But this year, chaos has rewritten the script, and Sinner finds himself walking a path that looks smoother on paper than anyone could have predicted just 2 weeks ago. Of course, smoother on paper doesn't mean easy in practice. Struff isn't just some lucky survivor who backed into a quarterfinal. He's a big, physical, aggressive server who has already proven he can grind through 5-set battles under intense pressure. Sinner himself acknowledged as much, calling him a very aggressive player with one of the biggest serves on tour, and pointing out that their last meeting on grass back in Halle was an extremely tight contest that could have gone either way. So, while the draw might look kind on the surface, nobody inside that locker room is treating this quarterfinal as a formality. What we're left with heading into the next round is a genuinely compelling storyline. On one side, the ice-cold, relentless world number one, chasing history and racking up milestone after milestone with almost mechanical consistency. On the other side, a 36-year-old journeyman, finally getting his moment in the spotlight, propelled here partly by his own grit and partly by misfortune that struck his opponent at the worst possible time. Add in the shadow of Hurkacz, a talented player once again wrestling with his body, just when things were starting to click, and you've got a tournament that keeps twisting in directions nobody expected. One thing is certain, Wimbledon 2026 has already delivered more surprises than most tournaments manage in years, and the road to the final just keeps getting more unpredictable with every single match.